Hi, what's up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Roman Anthony and you are watching the BAG, the Black American Gay vlog, okay? I'm a traveler, but I also move around a lot. I'm practically a Rolling Stone. Wherever I lay my turban is my home. And, sorry, fix this a little bit. And currently I'm living in London. I previously lived in Paris and of course around the United States and all the big cities, the big ones. Those are the ones that count. But now I'm here in London, and I wanted to talk about my experiences as a Black American gay man in London. Because the first thing people see when they look at me is Black, or according to being here in London, sometimes they see Brazilian. I guess they don't get enough Black Americans here. But even the doorman at my job was all like, why did I think you were Brazilian? I was like, I don't know why you thought that. I didn't say bom dia when I walked in. But anyways, the second thing you might see or hear because of my accent is that I'm American. And, usually people can spot that out, that I'm American. And then you might get that I got a little, okay, like I'm gay and proud of it. Or something around there. Basically, I'm in the spectrum of the LGBT community. Yeah, we'll say that. But basically, this vlog is about what it's like to be all of those things and going to foreign places. It's because a lot of times we are starting to see Black Americans travel the globe and move around to different places in the world, and we don't get we get their perspective. And so we know what it's like, or what it's gonna be like potentially being Black and being American. Am I gonna be faced with racism or xenophobia? However, we don't know what it's like being gay in some of these places. And as we've learned in our country in the United States is that being gay doesn't basically separate you from discrimination, because even within the community we face racial discrimination against other LGBT people. So this vlog is really about my experiences, how I maneuver them, how I handle them, and what you might expect if you go through it. So we'll talk more. Like, I've only been here for about, it'll be 2 months on the 8th. So it's still a learning process. And although I've had some experiences that we will talk about at a later date, I feel like it's best to at least give myself 6 months here before I really dive into it, before I really give it some credibility, and see what it's like. Because I don't want to bash certain things, and I'm not going to bash a place. I always give a positive and negative experience, but I basically want to just say what it's really like from a perspective of actually being here for a while. And then of course I'll do a yearly update and maybe like an update years later on. My visa has me here for the next 2 years for university before I can get my degree. And then I plan on staying an additional 2 years because thanks to the Prime Minister, is it Rishi Sunak? I think it's the name of the Prime Minister here. He's made the previous Tier 4 visa, as we talked about in one of my videos, now a student visa, and you can stay an additional 2 years after graduating. So that'll give me 4 years. And maybe if I do that 5 or 5th, I'll think about getting a citizenship or move somewhere else in Europe. We'll see. So sit down with me. I have my spot tea, little cuppa, it's like they'll say. And I have some of my digestives and biscuits and stuff, and I'm ready to talk with you guys. So today we're just having a little powwow, like a little chat session to get to know me. I can get to know you all. So you can put some comments in there. For any of you guys who are in the UK, please let me know what some of your favorite digestives is, or cookies to have, or biscuits, I'm sorry. What are some of your favorite biscuits to have with your tea? I have my brother and sister who are going to be visiting in a couple weeks, and I want to do like a video to see what they feeling like, a ratings video. Like, personally, my favorite is Ridge Tea. They have an 8 out of 10 for me. I also like these digestives, the chocolate ones. There's a caramel one. I think I like the caramel one. I think I gave them a 9 when I had it. I didn't do a video, so maybe I will. And then I just saw these in the grocery store, and since I love Fig Newtons, I'm hoping it's like basically the same. Fig rolls, and I will definitely be snacking on those. I know it's weird. I'm only 33, but I love Fig Newtons. Okay, so we're doing a little catch up. I moved here for university. I'm a creative writing and journalism major, and I moved here because my university has a bar on campus. And it's not to say that I'm an alcoholic, but I do like a good drink. And you know what they say? The Bible says Jesus turned water into what? Alcohol. So it is destined. It is within God. It should be a commandment that you have your communion and you have a little sip. So that's what I like to do. Now, my university as an out-of-state student is what? When I started, it was 13,300 pounds, which comes out to about 18 to 19,000 American dollars. And that's per year. That's not bad for an international student, right? Because for the locals here, they're paying like 9,000 pounds. A few years ago, it used to be they paid 3,000, but they obviously drastically increased it. Inflation is real. I think it was the whole Brexit situation. I'm not sure. But I'll do some research on that. However, yeah, I was told that it used to be 3,000 pounds a year, and now it's 9,000 pounds a year for locals. And then if you're an international student like myself, you're paying 13,000, up to I think 13,500 pounds for school. Because I saw some of the programs were a little bit more than the one that I actually am studying. So that's cool. You know, it is what it is. But my university back in New York, when I went to Pace University and I was a criminal justice major, I believe that was about like $45,000 to $50,000 a year. And I had a dean scholarship and student loans and stuff, and I am currently $52,000 in debt with that school. So yeah, you know, side note, and you know, I'm just feeling so weird how America could pour in, or the United States could pour in, I think $13.1 billion into this Israel-Palestinian war. We're just going to get past conflict and just say war. Yet they could not give reparations to descendants of slaves, nor could they, I don't know, get rid of our student like debts and stuff like that. That would be nice. Other countries have free education or very affordable education. And I know there are people who are going to be like, well, if I had to pay, then you should have to pay. But we coming from two different like playing fields. First off, most of y'all playing field was you came from families who could afford to pay. And your families came from families who benefited off of what? Slavery and the work that the slaves put in. So you have that lineage money. And you can go in and do what you want. Now, there are some people who, you know, maybe they came from money and lost the money or whatever like that, but they should get an advantage. Everybody should have an education. Education should not cost so much. Shoot, healthcare shouldn't cost so much. I came here, and the job I work at a company that I used to work at in the United States where we got no holidays. Here, they get commissions per client plus your hourly. They get 22 days paid holiday. Like, seriously, what am I going to do with 22 days? And they get an hour lunch break. I barely even got a lunch break at the salon I worked at in Atlanta. I'm like, you would be lucky. We was sneaking like, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot a brush. Let me go to the back, snack a little bit, and be like, Here is totally different. They value, for the most part, I would say, your mental and physical well-being. And I think coming here, I will definitely get better with all of that. Yeah, I feel like that. Balancing school and work has been very interesting. I usually work multiple jobs in the United States. I haven't been in school and work since 2010 through 11 when I had to drop out of school because I couldn't afford to go. I was working full-time at a grocery store in your World Trade. The Amish market is no longer there. I was in school full-time and I got good grades. And I felt like I was maintaining it. I was even going out. However, it just got so expensive, and I thought me taking a semester off was going to be me going back eventually, saving up. But then life was so expensive that I was like trapped in New York for like 3 years before I could afford to leave New York. Life just was not set up the way for me like it is for other people. And this isn't a sob story or anything like that, but my point is, if you want something in life, always go for it. Chase it. It might take you years. Chase it. I am now 33 years old and finally back in school, on track to getting my first degree, a bachelor's degree. I don't know if I want more after that. We'll see. But I'm very proud of me because it was hard. It has been very hard. And there has been a lot of blessings in my life between then. It's not like my whole life has just been up. But for the most part, it's been hard. But there's been a lot of blessings. So I will say that. The grading is different from the US to the UK. Sorry if you hear a bell. My roommate's cat, Shadow. Yeah, I'm looking at you. She's over here on the sofa, just, having herself a good time. So in the US, we grade from like A, B, C, D, F, with pluses or minuses on those grades to let you know. And then we have like a percentage in there. So you'd be like, A would be 100 to 90 or something like that, or 89, and B would be blah, blah, blah. You if you're in the States, you know how the grading works. If you're not, you can Google it. But basically here in London, they grade from 1 to 20. Like, so you either get a 1 as your final grade, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 20. And 20 is failure. So 1 is basically their version or equivalent of an A. And that's been interesting and hard because now I always have to look at the rubric and be like, okay, what did I get? Or is this passing? Is it not passing? What is it? Is this considered an A minus or an A plus if it's a 3? Because there were like 2 classes when I did this class on Zoom during the pandemic and before I deferred, right? I got like 3s and I was like, what is the 3? So yeah, that is the grading system now. Okay, so a couple of the shows that I've been watching to get acclimated to living here in London is, this one is Irish, but it's actually my favorite, Mrs. Brown's Boys. If you have the BBC app or whatever, watch Mrs. Brown's Boys. That show has me cracking up. I did watch Gavin and Stacey. Gavin and Stacey was pretty cool. Stacey got some problems. So I'm not going to ruin it for those of you who have not seen Gavin and Stacey. However, Stacey was working my nerves, y'all. I don't know what her problem was, but I do want to go to Wales because Nessa was my favorite character. She was like, oh. Whereas here in London, they'd be like, oi. And you'd be like, what in the world are y'all talking about? Oi, oh, something like that. Right there, guys. Like, I don't know. Oh, and then I'm also like, before I turned on this camera, I was watching Keeping Up Appearances. Now, we all know, basically, it's like if you was keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with the Jacksons and the Braxtons and the Williams and blah, blah, blah. You get me. So basically, it's a show about this woman who, her last name is spelled Bucket, like bucket, but she always pronounces it bouquet. Whereas if I was that big of a deal, I would put an accent aigu on that E, or just change it to be spelled like bouquet. But she really be trying really hard.
It's bouquet, B-U-C-K-E-T, bouquet.
She got like one sister that's like very promiscuous, another sister who marries who is layabout, don't do nothing, don't work, look like he used to be a mechanic and didn't wash the clothes type of guy. Yeah, and she is like OCD, bad shoot crazy, but it's a bit entertaining, I will say that. I've also been watching Drag Race UK. Now, I haven't seen a RuPaul's Drag Race show since season 2, I believe, or season 3. Now, for those of you who know or follow me a little bit, you'll know that I was a contestant on RuPaul's Gay for Play TV show a couple years ago.
That'll work. Yeah. Say hello to Roman over here. Hi, Roman. Now, in this round, I'll ask each of you 3 questions, and the stars will help you out. But the final answer is up to you. Now, we tossed a salad backstage, and... Oh, it says coin. I'm sorry. We tossed a coin backstage, and Roman, you go first. Show me the category.
Which I won my episode. Thank you, Charger Call. But yeah, it's been really good. I actually love Drag Race UK. I'm loving their accents, learning. There was the one who got eliminated. Let's just saw. What was his name? It was a black guy. And he's the one who said that he felt insecure about his voice or his accent or something like that. And to me, I was like, I love and live for your accent. There is this American black trans girl from Georgia, Atlanta, of course. And I was like, that's cool, seeing an American on Drag Race UK. Now, I'm procrastinating because it is about 7:39 here, and I need to do some homework, and I want to study and watch some TV. So I just was checking in with you all. You all can check in with me. I'm going to finish my tea and my biscuits or whatever, and we will be in touch soon. Now, if there's anything that you want to see on this channel, please let me know because the perspective is different. For instance, you know, I went out to Soho the other day, and anytime I've actually been to Soho here in London, there's not that many people of color. It's very rare to find people of color. And apparently I hear they all hiding in South London, so I'm gonna have to go over and explore. Yeah. They also don't have a Halloween parade here in Soho, which is like Soho is their version of like the West Village in New York or WeHo, West Hollywood in Los Angeles. So you know where everybody has or Castro in San Francisco, like everybody has a gay neighborhood. Soho was their gay neighborhood, but they don't even have a parade for Halloween. So I'm gonna get them to like probably do a parade. That would be nice. I'm gonna see what I can do with that because it will be nice. Now, I'm gonna do some shameless plugs because for those of you who know me or do not know me, I'm also an actor. So the movie I am a hairstylist for and an actor, I make a little cameo appearance in, The In-Law Gang, is now on Stars. Big ups. It's also on Amazon Prime, so you can check that out if you are not subscribed to Stars. And another movie I did called Sisters on BET Plus with Columbus Short, Katie Albert, Alicia Reyes, Coco Brown, who else? Lil Mama. That is on BET Plus and BET. Go check it out. It's a really good film. You'll be entertained. I'm in it. Oh, and I was the key hairstylist in it. So there you go. What more do you want? My name is in them credits like 2-3 times because I also did some casting on that film. So go watch it. Now I'm here in London. We'll see if we want to do some acting. I'm doing more writing behind the scenes. We'll see. And that's just the vibe we're about to be given. So I want y'all to stay tuned because we're about to take over these London streets. We're about to be out here in the streets is what they say. And I'm going to tell y'all what it's like being a Black American gay here. Am I experiencing racism? Am I experiencing homophobia? Am I experiencing xenophobia? What's like living here with all the situations going on in the world and being so close to it? So that's going to be interesting. So put my cookie down real quick. I'm sorry, my biscuit for the British people. Yeah, it's been nice. It's been lovely. And I'll catch you all in another video. So yeah, stay tuned to the BAG because we're going to bring more. My next video is going to be about banking, getting an eSIM for your phone if you do not have a SIM card holder. What else? Signing up for like healthcare here with the NHS, finding a doctor, etc. Just some of the like more official things. And obviously in between me doing these like little talking segment videos, I will be showing content that I film when I'm out and about, either with school stuff or work related stuff or just out and about. I will do videos on what it's like dating and what it's just, and I've started. Yes, we will talk about that. But like, I think I should give it a few months before I actually really talk about it so that I'm giving a perspective that isn't just very brand new. Especially even when it comes to like racism or homophobia or things that I've experienced. I have experienced a bit so far, but again, I'm going to talk about that in about 6 months and then maybe do a recap in a year, just so that way I'm giving it like a settled experience where I can really talk to other people and see what their experiences are like. And of course, these are questions that I am asking other, Black, Caribbean, African Brits, like what their experiences are and have been since they've been living here. And yeah, we'll get with that. So welcome to the BAG. I hope you enjoyed this short little vlog here. I hope we can stay in touch. If you like my channel, my hair, this plant or whatever, like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the flip side. Love you all much. And that is a wrap.